What's up, guys? My name is Florian. I'm 26 years old and I live in a small village in Austria, so that's where my accent comes from. Today I have to make the announcement that I'm finally ready. You may ask, ready for what? And I will talk about this in this video. So when you're a kid, you always have a dream, or most of the time. And also most of the time people tell you that it's not realistic enough, that it's not possible to live from it, to get enough money, to earn enough money to live. So like it's not possible to do it as a full-time job. And that's what people always told me about my dream, because when I was a little kid I wanted to become a comic book artist, and people always told me, yeah, that's not a real job, that's like you cannot get enough money to live, you cannot, it's basically not a job, it's basically just a fantasy. And now that I'm 26 years old, I came to the conclusion that you can do and you can be everything you want in life. You just have to want it and you just have to work for it. And I think that's really important, because at the end of the day it only has to make sense for you. I learned this lesson in the last years that doesn't matter what you do, it only has to make sense for you. Don't do anything for other people, because like at the end of the day they don't care about you. I mean, yeah, family and friends, of course, you know what I mean, but like when you have a dream, you should do everything to make it come to life. And I think that's a really, really important thing that people often forget. I'm also a really creative person. I'm an artist in many ways, and for myself, I forgot that in the last years. When I grew up, when I became an adult, I totally forgot what it is to dream, to have fantasies about. And I think that's something that came back in the last few months because of one certain thing. And that is that I am finally creating, drawing, writing my own comic book. Yeah, I mean, for some of you that won't be so special, but like I said, I don't care, because like that's a dream of mine and I'm pretty excited for it. And there's a reason why I make this video, because I just finished the script for the first issue, for the first book, and I'm pretty excited for it. I will tell you more about it later, but I just want to talk a bit about the beginning, because like I said, I think when you're an artist, you are never happy, you are never satisfied with the things you do. And that's also a big problem with me. I started to think about making a comic book 7 years ago, or maybe longer, I can't even remember. But it was never good enough for me. My art was never good enough, my writing was never good enough, and at the end of the day I always could have done better. And that's correct, you can always do better, but I think another important message is sometimes you just have to start. You just have to start basically, because like when you always want to improve and you always make things better and you're never good enough and never happy with yourself, then you will never start. And I think the most difficult way for an artist is to bring the idea out of his head into the world. That's definitely the case with me. I was looking for an artist for my comic book for years. I tried to find someone that puts all his heart and soul into this book like I am doing right now, but I couldn't find anyone. I have no problem with paying artists. I think it's really important actually. But I couldn't find anyone that could bring my vision from my head to paper. I couldn't find anyone that would put his heart and soul into it. So that was why I chose to draw the comic book myself. Yeah, I'm definitely not the best comic book artist on the world. I think my art is even not good enough to get printed in a Marvel or DC or Image or generally a comic book. But like I said, I don't want to waste more time. I just want to start. I want to put the stories out in the world. I love storytelling. I love cinema. I love movies. I love games. I love books, and obviously comic books. That's why I just want to start and put something out. And I just want to start running. And when I am running, I want to see where I'm going, basically. So I just want to start the journey. I just want to make the comic book, and when I'm on my way, I will see which doors will open, where it will end and everything. But I think, like I said 1,000 times, I think the most important lesson from this video is to just start. Like I said, I am a really creative person, and I think a lot of creative people, artists, have that problem, and that's why their vision will never come to life. But like I said, you have to make your dreams come true. You have to work and do everything for it every day. It's really important to know that, but also to live it. A lot of people know it, like me. The last years I knew I have to do a comic book, because like that's one of my biggest dreams. It always have been, and it always will be for sure. Yeah, but I just have to start. The comic book won't get made itself or something. So yeah, that's why I'm finally starting. And one more reason, I think I already said that. Sorry if I say something twice, because like this is the second take of the video. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm finished with the script. That's been a long journey. The first input was I drove to Paris to visit a friend of mine, and I was like driving, I think, about 6 to 9 hours with the train, and I had so much time to spend. And yeah, I just I had my laptop with me, and I finally started to continue to write the script. So that's been a big part of the process, because I never could sit down and just write the script and focus on it. I don't know why, but like I didn't like the idea of just sit down and let the ideas come to you. I was like one of these guys that says, you just get the ideas from nowhere and through the day. But I think like it's important to focus on your project. I think that was not a good idea of mine, that I would never just focus on the project, because like I said, you just have to start, you have to focus on it, and you have to make it at the end of the day. Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to announce. I wanted to announce that I'm finally ready to draw my comic book. I'm not even finished, so why I'm making this video basically. Yeah, but like I said, I finished the first script, and I want to put a few informations out there that you know what you can expect, so I think it's really important. The first important message is, what is it called? I think you already... Yeah, the book is called Leiwand Comics. That's an Austrian word that means something like awesome. You can say awesome comics basically, but like I wanted to include a Austrian word, so it's more stand out, you know. And I think I like the word. And yeah, I think it's cool to know that all these stories, or not all of these stories, but most of the stories will be based in Austria, in my home country, but also in Europe and maybe the US and every other country we have on the planet. So I will see where the story goes, but like the main focus is to tell stories outside from New York, because like New York got destroyed 1 million times, and I don't know why any fiction character would love to live there if it gets destroyed like every year 10 times. But yeah, that's another story. Yeah, basically I wanted to tell grounded stories, or not even grounded, they can also go into fantasy or medieval or something. That's the next thing. The book will be an anthology book, so that means there are always a few stories in it that are not connected. So there will be different stories. Every story will be its own. The stories can be connected, but they don't have to. I just want to make it how I want it, how I think it's good storytelling, how I think it's good. The first book will include 3 different stories, mostly origin stories of, yeah, obviously superheroes. But I think I will also play with different genres like horror, or like I said, I have pretty big ideas for fantasy stuff and everything. So I don't know where it's going. I just want to have space to evolve in every direction that I want. That's why I'm doing an anthology book, because like I have this big story in my head. I wrote this big story concept out years ago for like 10 issues, where I have like these big events and everything. But that's not how I want to start. I want to start with Leiwand Comics 1. That will be, like I said, an anthology book where there can happen basically everything, and yeah, there will be everything included. That's basically it. I will give you a first look of one of the main characters. And that's basically it. I just wanted to announce it. I just wanted to say thank you, that if you have watched it this long, thank you really much. Yeah, I can't wait for it. I am really excited to put the book out. I want to do conventions and stuff, but I will see what I can do. I wanted to start a Kickstarter, but I had a lot of problem as a customer, so I think I won't do that. But we will see how everything works out. Yeah, I basically haven't even finished the artwork in the book, so that's what I should do first before I announce something. But like, yeah, at least I did the script, right? I hope you are hyped. I hope you are excited for it, maybe. And if you want to support me on my journey, you can follow me on Instagram. I will have an Instagram account where I will share the process and everything, so you can follow me there if you want. And yeah, I think it will be a pretty cool book. I can't wait to hold it in my hands. It's not even real in my head, but I'm so excited. And I hope I will be finished by the end of the year, but we will see. I have a lot of plans, so please be excited. And yeah, I will see you. And if you're excited, leave a comment, leave a like. I'm so hyped, guys. Please have a nice day. Bye.